Hello, and welcome to another Wargame or Dragon cast with me, Rangru. And today we have another 1v1 from the Wargame Bootcamp Discord monthly tournament. This one focused on the rookies of the Wargame Bootcamp Discord. And well, on left hand side, in the blue, we have ourselves a Wilkob playing as a Commonwealth deck, and on the right hand side in the red, we have Slippulter playing as a classic Entente deck, and we are on the map of Paddy Field. So we're definitely seeing a very heavy northern deployment here from Wilkob. Mainly a whole lot of infantry, which is pretty much what you want to be sending into Bravo. It's a very infantry heavy location. Where if we're looking at Slippulter, doing the opposite and going pretty heavy down south. He has his Mirage tank, some more M84s, and a bunch of infantry as well as Saint Salva to guide him in the anti-aircraft department. So it'd be interesting to see if he can actually make a pretty heavy plane to go. It's a difficult maneuver because the enemy does have a very good ridgeline defense, but in its initial opening stages with not a whole lot here, he does have a pretty good shot. He also has another Mirage tank in the Gulf sector to provide some fire support. So I wonder if he can actually get up here in time and deal with the small infantry which are actually deployed in the Gulf village. Only some green jackets and two Milan 2s, which are pretty scary, but definitely dealable. So it seems like this is going to be a rush for the flanks, as both sides deploying heavy in the opposite sectors. Wilkob does have the classic Canadian rifles and commandos pushing on through here. Slippulter does have a decent amount of infantry and IFVs of his own. I think he might just have enough to defend. I mean, Bravo uses becomes a meat grinder all the same. Even just a bit of artillery can slow it down. Oh, I got the nuke Varkio. That's a pretty densely packed Yugoslavian force here. M84 almost getting killed. Only 3 HP left. Only took out a little bit. Very expensive call-in early on. But it's always fun seeing a nuke Vark. I don't really know what's cooler, nuke Vark or B5. I mean, the B5 just has one really big bomb, while the nuke Vark just has multiple slightly bigger or slightly less bigger bombs. Here comes the M84, gonna come in clutch here and try to snipe the Leopard 2. Does get spotted here, which is a little bit uncharacteristic for the M84 Mirage tank. That thing is usually 100% invisible. Honestly, this is looking pretty good for Slip. He does have decent control over Bravo here. Managing to choke point the enemy on the ridgeline. Using his IFVs to great effect. A little bit of smoke here covering the M84s. We route Rever Slip can actually get into that Gulf village. Doesn't have a whole lot of infantry. Does have a good amount of fire support to back him up, yo. But it's always difficult just getting across that open field. Wilkob is bringing in a bunch of reinforcements of his own. Seems to be some Fusilier 90s. Some more Canadian rifles. And a pretty small deployment pattern, yo. Only bringing them out one at a time. Was he going to bring them into Bravo? Oh, he's bringing them into Bravo. Going around the southern flank, which is a very interesting maneuver. Gonna run into a BMP-2, however, which is not going to be good for the FV's health. Another nuke Vark strike. And here we go. I don't think there's anything in that forest anymore, including his own troops. A lot of smoke being deployed. Don't know where he's deploying the smoke yet. I'd think he'd deploy it more on the crossroads to block the direct line of sight, but hey. Also, the BVP is, or BMP is just completely shutting down his push. Fusileer's not even being able to get a single shot off before succumbing to their fate. Now Slip is bringing in the Plamen. In the fight such as Bravo, that Plamen will be extremely useful. Especially at closer range, it'll have a pretty good dispersion pattern. And just everything being so clumped up into Bravo, you're going to get some very good stunning hits. But already got a Lynx 3 being brought out. I mean, the Brits don't have Apaches, so they just stick the Hellfires on the side of a transport helicopter. Gonna be getting some snipes off, trying to get the M84. Does get the kill. It's not the most intimidating helicopter, but it does have some very intimidating missiles that aren't to fire and forget, unfortunately. As the Brits don't have that technology. But already got a Challenger run, Mark run. It's not often you usually see Chally runs in Wargame anymore. Usually just the Chally 2 where it takes a spot like it's no longer European escalation where they were the big kid on the block. But in a fight like this against these sort of tanks, they perform pretty well. You know, it's going to get rust down by the Gamma too. Doesn't have the most intimidating ATGMs. Actually getting a little bit too close there, a bit silly. As he's succumbing to the Lynx 3's Stinger missiles. But here we go, we've finally got some good smoke position. Green Jacket's taking some pretty heavy casualties, which is going to allow the mechanized infantry to get in close. There comes that Plamen strike, actually going to be hitting Goaf. Gonna be timed pretty well, because that will stun up the forces and even killing the Green Jackets, allowing the Mechanovas to get in. And the Milan 2s, ATGMs are out, only like 4 LA5 assault rifles. But gonna be enough, just enough firepower to hold him back. Now, being defensible in a building definitely does increase your firepower. Even if you are just an ATGM team. But we have more infantry, some special infantry going to be pushing on through. But here comes another Nukevark strike. Doesn't get any rocket bombs off. And does go down. What a shame. What a shame. I've seen some napalm on the Charlie. Will it be enough to kill it, yo? It's right in the heart of that napalm strike. I feel like he is just going to barely get out of here in just 1 or 2 hit points. But the village is now cleared and the special ones have managed to take the point. Oh, it's going to continue moving. I really should, you know, stick inside of that building complex. We've got some Highlanders coming around, but problem is the Highlanders are going to be running out in the open, and these 2 M84s will be enough to, well, shut them down. And here we go, we've got Chally 2 being brought in, the big guns now. A pretty forward position though, a bit risky, as you don't really know what's in this forest. He doesn't have any recon yet. Chally, only 1 hit point, all it's going to take is a single missile to knock him out. And down he goes. But this is looking pretty good for Slippulter. He does have that +2 because Charlie is under his control. And are we going to see the classic conundrum where the other side doesn't capture a +2 sector? Because Slippulter is 100 points in the lead and you don't really want to give your opponent that much free command points. You do want to make him fight for it. Actually 9 dropping in some good Napier. Wilkob is just really bogged down in the Bravo meat grinder. It's always such a hard point to really push, especially if you can't get past this initial hillside. I mean, he does have a good amount of firepower here with his infantry, and Commonwealth does have a pretty nice infantry selection. I mean, the Fusilier 90s, good anti-tank, the Canadian rifles, pretty good anti-infantry, nice and cheap. But it doesn't matter when the enemy has Plamons. Slippulter's got a much better position in Gulf now, getting the Proletaries in there. But Challenger 2 is going to prove to be a bit of a pain. Going to be taking some pot shots at the M84. But it is only one tank. All it takes is a single Super Galeb or similar engagement to knock it out. I think the M84 is getting some flanking shots, forcing him back a bit. Charlie 2 does have a rather ridiculous 23 frontal armor. It's going to be rather hard to knock out. What's his side armor? It's 11. And yeah, okay. Is that a side shot? I think it was a side shot kill, even though it was pretty frontal. Was he low on HP? I don't know. It doesn't matter. The Charlie 2 is dead, and that's not very good for Wilkob at all. Losing Gulf completely like this is not a good position. It can be a very hard point to recapture. Because actually, even though you have the high ground at this point, the enemy has like 2 very good defensive forests. Heck, technically 3 of this little strip here to put tanks and ATGMs, so you can get a lot of infantry into his town. I mean, heck, just getting ATGM infantry here can just shut down any mechanized or motorized pushes down the road. And it's a hard position to take back. And Slip is doing pretty good just controlling Bravo for now. Another napalm strike? Who are you going for? Going for that forest for the Aslav? Or the Stormer, actually. Gets the kill. Who needs seeds when you have napalm? Wilkob is starting to get a little bit of a decent anti-aircraft net now. Improved Trank Rapier, and even got a Wolverine and Lynx 3 on the flank. As well as a recon helicopter. Yeah, recon helicopters on both flanks to stop any sneaky recon play. Slip is also trying for the offensive maneuvers into Bravo here. I don't think he's really going to get too far. It's a good amount of IFV support here from Wilkob. Another nuke fire strike, here we go. He's gonna friendly fire his own troops again. A little bit too danger close. Killed more of himself than the enemy in that case. And Slip is going to retaliate back. Ammon and napalm of his own. Yeah, Slip has a really nasty defensive position in Gulf now. Even getting that spat free very close, ambushing the Lynx and getting the kill, and that's a pretty expensive helicopter loss, yeah. And oh my, is he really chasing down the tranked Rapier of an MI-17? Yeah, it didn't work. But it's out of ammunition now. And that's going to require a supply truck to get that thing up and running, and that's exactly what he's going to be doing. Because he definitely needs the anti-air to stop those MiG-29 incursions. Oh, Slippulter going in for the offensive here into Hotel. A very ballsy maneuver. And usually pushing onto the Hotel sector it's hard. It's a hard position to push. Yeah, the enemy has a very good, or in this case, Wilkob has a very good defensive position for all the forests and towns. The hill line actually provides a pretty good advantage because you can ambush the enemy at close range as they crest over. You can see the Charlie runs in a good position, but the M84, oh, it's low in HP, and I think Charlie is going to get that shot off. There we go. Yeah, this push is not going to go well for Slippulter, it seems. We've seen a whole heap of infantry reinforcements coming into Alpha here. He keeps buying them in groups of run, which is not the best call out. You really want to buy them in a group because it's like a 5-second spawn delay when buying each run by run. So it really does delay your reinforcement line by quite a bit. Oh, but the push is still going on. The Spat is taking the charge. But the Charlie isn't going to have any of it, and mixed in with the Aslav, the infantry are pretty much just going to get screwed over, pushing over to open the field. Wilkob is getting that nice plus run, but this is still Slippulter's game. He can capture Golf, Foxtrot, and contest Bravo. So with all the points being captured, he's going to be getting that plus one. But oh, the forest getting bombarded, yeah. By the Pram, and even coming in with Napalm to clear it out. So the push is still going on. It seems like he shouldn't be able to get this far, but get as far he did. And oh, he's going to be Napalm in the Challenger. Good call-in. He doesn't have really good infantry anti-tank to finish off the job forever. Yeah, Hotel is just really not looking good here. This recon infantry is making very good progress. I see bloody, did he killed Charlie, oh my god. These special ones are very special. They're running into some Aslav fire. I don't believe they're in range, so they are going to be fixing that problem very soon. And there we go, god damn, these guys are absolutely nuts. Even the TH coming in, that also gets striked. God damn. I forgot how, like, decent. I mean, the RPG-26 isn't a great weapon, but it's not bad either. And Slippulter is getting that lovely plus run as a over 200 point advantage over Wilkob here. And with that map position, I think this is really his game to win. You're seeing a CV being brought back into Hotel. He's going to get spotted, Joe, by the recon. And the special ones do finally go down, but they really paid themselves off in the end some. You're seeing another push into Bravo here. But Wilkob's armoured forces are doing a pretty decent job, but oh, Slippulter actually flanking around a little bit down south. Making a bit of mechanised play. He can sneak up his BVPs, he can catch his Fusilier 90s. Which, yeah, deployed over here, unloaded, and now moving up. You would have think he probably should have placed him a little bit more aggressively into Alpha. Yeah, Fusilier's 90 can get into the forest, it can fight pretty well, but yeah, Slippulter does have a whole lot here. Those PvPs are in a good position, the Fusiliers aren't managing to get their anti-tank on off. And another nuke Vark strike, knocking out the BMP or BVPs, I should say. And mortars coming in to try and finish up the job. But not landing where they need to be. No, the CV in hotel got killed once again. This is not good at all here for Wilkob. Not at all. You bring the MI-17 to finish up the infantry in that town, and the special ones are going to push on through. And that is +2. So this is pretty much Slippulter's game, 100% at this point. Managing to go very aggressive into the enemy, like, home sectors. Trading very efficiently. And goddamn, sniping the CV and Alpha with a Plamen Strike. I mean, those Plamen Strikes aren't usually that effective, but does get a lucky hit with one of those rockets is all you need. He's got the +3 now. He's got the momentum. I mean, his nuke strikes are proven to be pretty deadly here. But they're not enough, and they are very expensive, of course. But I do love seeing all the kaboom. Yeah, Wilkob's just not in a good position at all. A lot of his units are caught out in the open. He really doesn't have much left. I don't think he's really traded away efficiently this match, so I think the KD will probably reflect that. It does shoot down one of the MiG-29s. No, the MI-7... oh my god, he doesn't have any anti-air here. Does spot it. But isn't going to get a chance to do the CV snipe. And that will be a good game. And damn, okay, the KD wasn't as bad as I was expecting it. Only a 700 difference. But towards the end, Wilkob really was getting his ass handed to him pretty handily. Yeah, but Slippulter, I should say, did very good momentum down south, pushing into Gove, completely capping it. And managing, I mean, the Bravo point is pretty easy to defend in that location. It can be also hard to push. I mean, more effective nuke strikes. He did a little bit danger close with them, which didn't pan out all that well. But also, Entente infantry is pretty good. Yugoslav infantry can be nasty to deal with. But yeah, Slippulter just trading very efficiently and managing to get some good CV snipes, and definitely that southern push was really the key to his victory, yeah. And that's all I really have to say for this cast. So thank you very much for watching, and as usual, please just take it easy.